Assalamu alaikum. I had been having some discussions with KU 106, and we had some disagreements on the issue of making taqleed and following a particular school from the four schools of Ahlul Sunnah. And I wanted to bring him some, and anybody else who wants to listen, not just him, some statements from some of the scholars of Ahlul Sunnah regarding the issue. Sheikh Khatib Baghdadi wrote, "As for those who should apply taqleed, it is the lay person who does not know the methods of extracting Islamic rules." Okay. Shah Waliullah al-Dahlawi wrote, "You should know that following these four schools of thought has tremendous public advantages and benefits. Forsaking them is wrought with mischief and harms." Imam Nawawi wrote, "Although the knowledge and status of the companions and their companions is far superior than that of scholars who came after them, it is not permissible for anyone to follow their school of thought." Imam Razi quoted consensus of the scholars that it is not permissible for a lay person to follow the companions and their companions. Sheikh Abdul Rauf Munawi quotes Ad-Dahabi, "The non-mujtahid should follow one specific school." Okay. I have another quote here from Shah Waliullah al-Dahlawi, and he wrote that the Ummah has unanimously agreed upon the validity of following one of the four schools. Okay. The Ummah has, this is unanimous, or at least it was in his time that it was unanimous. Okay. This has been the opinion of the vast majority of scholars of the Ahlul Sunnah, and the reasoning is that they made this ruling to keep down confusion and chaos in the Ummah from people jumping from scholar to scholar, opinion to opinion, following their desires and making a game of this deen. Okay. One thing I have noticed is that since many people have taken to following this so-called salafi da'wah, there has been a lot of confusion. It seems that everywhere they go, they're in the midst of controversy and confusion. And the only good thing that I can see that has come from the Salafi Da'wah is that they have forced the rest of the Ahlul Sunnah to study, because they always want proofs. I didn't go into a bunch of the proofs and evidences, but taqleed is something that the lay person must practice. It is not possible for the lay person to just go into the Quran and Sunnah and just derive his own rulings. It's not possible, because I mean, he could do it, but he's going to make so many mistakes and so many errors, and it's just something that is haram for him to do. You know, one who doesn't know something should go to the people who have expertise in that area, you know, to get advice and information on how to do that particular thing. And that's just the way it is. And for the last 13 centuries, the Muslims have been following these schools. The vast majority of the scholars that we follow come from these schools. And as far as I'm concerned, anyone who's trying to make a new madhab, you understand, this person, you know, I mean, I stopped short of saying certain things, but you know, they should be very careful. Okay, they should be very careful. They may be guilty of the same things that they accuse the Ummah of. Okay, I've heard Salafis say some crazy things over the years. You know, you know, they should be very careful. You know, be very careful. You know, the safest way for the Muslims, especially the lay person, is to follow one of the four schools. The research has been done. The scholars have extracted the rules. They have explained to us our duties and responsibilities, and you know, that's it. You know, and for all those people out there advocating chaos, advocating Muslims to just willy-nilly start making their own rulings, you know, they should fear Allah. Okay, they should fear Allah. And if KU106 or anybody else should see this video and want some specific proofs and evidences, you know, I could do that, but I just wanted to give some quotes from the scholars, you know, and to show what they have said about the issue. And this is the vast majority of scholars of the Ummah, not one or two. The Salafis can grab one or two scholars from the past and say, oh, well, this scholar says such and such and such and such. Yeah, you could always find one or two scholars with some different opinions than the vast majority of the Ummah, but the safest way is to stick to the vast majority of the scholars of the Ummah who have come up through these 4 schools of thought. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.